Ani Bojo, Brooklyn Sawyer Dijnikaz Nungons Dijnikongo Nishnabemang, Bising Donjaba, Bising Donda. Hello, my name is Brooklyn Sawyer. I come from Nipissing First Nation and I currently live here as well. One of the survivors in my family is my great-grandmother, Delma Sawyer. She comes from Nipissing First Nation as well, and she attended Spanish residential school along with some of the other survivors here at the same time. She never spoke about it to us, so I didn't even find out till a couple of years ago from one of her sons, my uncle Johnny Sawyer. I do know that she had lost her language and became ashamed of speaking it, so that was one effect. She also was made her very shy, she didn't like speaking out or anything, and I guess that was due to the effects of, not being able to stand up for yourself while in residential school. There was a couple other of her siblings that attended that residential school. I'm not sure how long they went for, but I do know that her younger siblings were hidden by her parents so that they weren't taken away, but I do know that all her other siblings went with her except for the two youngest. Because my great-grandmother went to residential school, her family became ashamed of who they were. So my great-grandmother was a fluent speaker. She never spoke in front of us, but I would catch her little glimpses of her speaking her language, and because of that, my grandfather and my father before me never were able to speak their language and didn't practice the culture. So I took it upon myself to dive into learning my culture and learning my language, but that has affected our family quite a bit because there's a missing part inside of them that they're not able to have anymore. So I'm working towards revitalizing that in my future family so that they have that to, keep them whole as a Indigenous person. This past school year, so 2021, I took a Anishinaabemowin course with Falcon McLeod. He was the professor. This year there wasn't any offered, so I wasn't really able to this year, but I still try to put myself out there, even just in community like Facebook groups, and keep learning just small little words. Learning the language is important to me as that's our original language. Every little word is connected to the land itself, and that being connected and you speaking those words reconnects yourself to the land, to Shkugmakwe. And so doing that also brings me back to my family who spoke the language. I feel that connection, almost like I can still speak to them even though they're not here, present anymore. And also I just feel like with our community, our language is almost lost. So I wanted to take that responsibility to bring it back and also to be able to teach it to the future generations. So I currently attend a lot of powwows. I'm going to one this weekend, and I also participate in local ceremonies, whether that be in Nipissing First Nation or in the hometown of North Bay. There's a lot of people and a lot of hub centers that allow new people to come in and do ceremonies. I also take part in our rites of fishing on Lake Nipissing. For my family, that's a big part of us. We've always been fishers, and that's what we would survive off of before. So I really take pride in being from Nipissing First Nation and having those fishing rights still. It's important to me to keep this conversation going because we don't want this to be just passed along. It's not something that you can just pass along. This was a very strong and great traumatic event that had happened in all of our communities across Canada. Speaking about this brings awareness, and there are still residential school survivors because it didn't happen that long ago. If you really look at it from our point of view, you were taking away our one thing that we connected to. So bringing that forward allows us to reconnect and understand how our past generations felt, and also to educate the other people who don't know about it. Back in high school and elementary school, there's a 5-minute unit on what happened in Canada, but in reality it was a long period and more than just it should have been longer than that because that's how important it is. I would say to educate yourself, reach out in any way possible, speak to the elders, you know, like ask your professors, speak to community members, not just elders, community members know about it. Read into your books. A lot of band offices hold those files with all those children who went and all those stories. Ask your family members, ask anyone who you think might know, and even just like look it up on like Google. They have all the information you need there. There's lots of films on it, lots of books on it, plenty of ways to educate yourself, and it's honestly just a couple steps away. It's not that hard, and that's also what reconciliation means to me, is to go out and educate yourself and make the difference.